You say sorry just to keep the peace, even when you did nothing wrong. This is a part of you gaslighting yourself, right? You're over apologizing. So if you look at what the term over apologizing means, it means that you messed up and you said sorry, then you continue to say sorry again, and you continue to apologize. But now you're apologizing and saying sorry where you're not even sure if you did anything wrong. You just want to keep the peace. And this comes from people who have a lot of childhood trauma because you grew up in such a chaotic environment that you want to avoid conflict at all costs. If you want to avoid conflict at all costs, it turns you into not the best version of yourself. Because think about it. People who never, ever, ever, ever call you out on anything. People who are very non-confrontational. Just think about the most non-confrontational people in your life. Yourself excluded. Right? Don't think about yourself for a second. Think about all the non-confrontational people in your life. Whenever you did get into an issue with them, they probably came back to stab you in your back. Or they bit you like a snake. Because you can't tell what they're thinking. And the majority of the people who are like this, they don't mean to do this. So I need you to understand that they don't mean to screw you over. They're also just a scared, grown-up version of the younger version of themselves. Traumatized, never worked through their trauma. So now they're doing this because they haven't worked on themselves. They don't mean to hurt you. This is the type of situation where things go bad and you can look to, reconcile with these people and maybe get back on the same page. But they didn't mean to hurt you. They were just afraid to bring up conflict. They were afraid to have the tough conversations. And when you let these things, fester and just get bigger and bigger and bigger, it comes back to bite you. So there's nothing wrong with conflict. Now, if there's conflict all the time, it's like, all right, man, like, anytime I walk in this house, you're always fighting. Why are we fighting? We shouldn't be fighting every damn day, all right? We're not supposed to be fighting every single day. Like, if we're fighting every single day, something's wrong. It shouldn't be like this. One of these days, I should have peace around here. But if you want to avoid conflict all the time, the elephant in the room becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. But before you know it, like, it's become a massive elephant. It doesn't even start off as an elephant. It probably starts off as a squirrel or a rat. And before you know it, turns to this big elephant because you didn't address it while it was growing. So there's nothing wrong with conflict. And this is why we have to practice setting boundaries with people. We got to practice. We got to practice. A good example I like to give people is you go to Chipotle and they put beans on your, on your plate, your bowl, whatever, your burrito, and you didn't want beans. Instead of just letting the beans sit there, okay, I'll just take it off when I get it, because I don't want to make them feel bad. Now let them know, hey, I don't like beans, please. Can you make me a new order? You feel like you're wasting the food. The people who work at Chipotle, they lose no money by fixing you a new plate.